Could you imagine serenading a woman to that? Oh,
That's the dream.
that is the dream.
I have to do that. I think that has to be like that's like a special night song. It's like you guys went out for some nice dinner or something like that, or it's like your anniversary, and then you just all of a sudden just like hit the play button on your speaker, and that song comes on.
That's called instant roadhead.
Oh,
With just a push of a
that's not
button.
in the car thing. That's like candles lit around the bed, man.
Yeah, flower petals.
Yeah, true.
You got the flower petals and like a heart
Looks like we all
shape
got a
on the
different
bed.
idea of a romance, but
The difference between the guys who are in relationships and the single one.
Yeah.
ouch.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you want? Yeah. Welcome to the Puck Boys podcast. What number is this even?
14.
We'll say 14.
14 that'll be posted.
Yeah.
Yes.
14. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big thing. We got Colin Dahlke, we got Koos, we got Dinger.
Bonjour.
Always.
We're just gonna just jump into it, I guess.
This is the hypothetical podcast.
We're doing hypotheticals today. We got like a little bit of hockey, but you know what? We're gonna hold that off. We have 5 hypothetical questions that we're gonna jump into.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
I like it.
All right, let's get started.
It's a good amount. Toss off number 1.
Number 1 was dream pregame. It's you. 3. We'll say 3 other people.
Yes, that's one
Yeah.
car full.
It's one car.
And a DD.
driver.
Okay, you know what?
And you
Oh,
pick your
and you
DD.
pick
Driver
the DD.
guy?
You can
Oh,
pick the DD. You got one driver, and you got you plus 3. Who's in the car?
Okay, well, my driver's Danica Patrick. Done.
Yep.
Done.
100. Yep, that is a lock.
Damn.
Oh
was
wait,
not
can I pick
prepared
Paul
for
Walker?
that.
Well, if you want to get there.
Jesus, fuck.
That is 2 minutes in.
Also-
and we've already crossed a line. All right.
You were thinking the same lines as me. I was going to take Vin Diesel.
Oh.
Yeah.
At least you're making it there.
Yeah. Jesus.
Anyway.
I like Danica Patrick though. That like if we wait, do these people have to be alive?
I don't know. Do they? I do that. If
No.
they don't, then it
No.
changes my answer.
Okay, then I'm saying no. We're
Okay.
gonna say whoever.
Whoever?
Whatever
And also,
period
like,
of time.
for the
I'm
pregame,
saying
too.
I'll get Paul Walker then.
Okay.
I'll do it.
And yours is still Vin Diesel?
I like Vin Diesel. I was
All
thinking
right.
that as soon as you said DD8, that's exactly what I thought. I thought of Fast and Furious and
Yeah.
just like fucking drifting her ass to the bar.
I thought NASCAR immediately, and I was like,
Dude,
Danica Patrick has
What
to
if
be
you
in
have
that.
what if you have to take a right turn though?
Oh.
Uh-oh. You're in trouble.
True. That was a joke, or I forget where I was, but they were talking about how, like, man, I'd be so good at NASCAR. And I was like, yeah, I'd be good at NASCAR if I could make a left turn. But I think also in that pregame, I feel like I'd want Paul Bissonnette. Just hearing the, like, Spit and Chicklets podcast and how much, like, that guy knows how to party. I feel like he'd be in there.
I have my number 1. As soon as like this came up as a question, I know exactly who I want. I want Andre the Giant. There are stories of that man crushing
120 beers. Yeah.
triple digit beer figures for a night.
That's fucked.
What does that look like at my pregame?
Yeah.
Also, he's giving me like $10 in empties or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
So you're leaving those here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got Paul Bissonnette. You have Andre Giant. We'll give you...
My first overall pick. Dude, like I hate Boston. I hate everything they stand for. But like, the only thing that Boston's done right is have Rob Gronkowski as like
Oh, that's
a good answer.
like he's the face of, I think, like partying as far as like athletes go. Like that is like tier 1, 1A.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah, that's a
Everything
good
he
pick.
does, like even when he was a kid, when he played basketball, he got like 69 points by the third quarter and just didn't score any other points. He's like, no, I want to finish with 69 points or something like that. Like the fact that he was
insane.
so athletic to get 69 points, but being
Yeah.
able to just be like, nah, it's way too funny. Like I don't want 70. Like
Yeah.
why on earth would I want that?
I was also thinking of taking it down like the athlete route, and you know who I thought as my pregame? I want Wilt Chamberlain in my pregame.
Oh yeah, that was mine. That
that'd
I
be
have
decent.
I had 3
Oh.
people and he would be in there. Anyone who claims they slept with like what was it, 5 figures?
I've
just
I've
5.
done the math in a conversation before. If he had slept, according to his, I think he said
I
10,000
think he said
women,
10,000 women.
and
By the time he was like
40
Yeah, it
or
was 40.
42
Let's
or
say he
something.
started at, like 16.
Whatever the math was, he needed to sleep with I think 3 different women a day.
it was like
from
2.7 women
Yeah. I
a
was
day
gonna say-
for since he was like 15 or
yeah,
something like
15 till the
That's
date it was
insane.
proclaimed.
And wasn't it like he'd like said that he'd like have like orgies and stuff, so he would count like 10 women there? I'm pretty sure that was one of the things.
Dude,
which is so
even-
fun.
that. I
even-
would count that.
Even if you're
Oh,
allowed,
yeah.
yeah, if that counts, like
You were
that.
inside it.
Yeah,
That's still nuts. Like you were
I think
pulling
another
figures.
one.
active.
I think
It's
another
an
one on
active
my
man.
list is Channing Tatum. I've heard that guy parties like a fucking animal.
Really?
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he apparently there was like some balcony that he had. Like every morning he would like jump off his balcony into his pool, and then he'd have a like 12-pack of Coors Light just floating in the pool already, and he'd just chill all day and drink. That's what he would do when he wakes up in the morning and do nothing the rest of the day, and then go to bed and then do the exact same thing the next day on days off. So I was like, fuck, that'd be sick.
It'd be gnarly. Oh, the only problem is not that Wilt Chamberlain's an ugly-looking man. How the hell are you gonna get a girl when Channing Tatum's in your squad?
Yeah.
We're friends.
Yeah, like
That's like,
Dude, I picked
You got-
Rob. I'm okay with, like, he'll help me out.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, he's part of the entourage with Rob.
yeah,
That's good enough.
yeah, yeah. Or he's with Channing Tatum. Like,
Yeah.
done.
All right. Cool. Anyway, so that's we each got two now.
Yeah, we
I
should
had
too.
one, but to be fair, like I was probably gonna go with like I liked your route. Like you have one guy who like is like more of the partier. You got the one guy who drinks like the shit ton. You got the one guy who's just like super smooth with the ladies. I think they obviously Rob is too, but like come on, like Chamberlain like 10,000, like that's pretty
Yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
insane.
tough to turn down. And then
Oh, yeah.
Danica Patrick, like
Yeah, I think we need one
It's
more
over.
each.
Yeah, we need one more because we have a DD +3.
yeah,
So,
I can't think of another. But
another one. Who do you think can pull like is the most popular face or like is like the most recognizable face?
dude, Leonardo DiCaprio would rake in the most chicks. I think that would
JB.
also have to be one of the people I would pick.
J Beebs.
I'm thinking
I would pick him over.
I
Wilt.
want Drake. Do you imagine going to a bar with Drake? Like how much pull that guy would have?
I think Justin Bieber would definitely have more. I guess that's a younger crowd though.
Dude, you're getting different crowd with like.
I feel-
Depends where you're
With
at.
the two different.
I don't know. I feel like with the OV club and all
Oh,
that stuff
yeah.
with Drake, like he's got his own, like he's got 13 private rooms in the
Yeah,
back. Like
yeah.
he's got anything you need, and not that Bieber couldn't get anything you needed, but I feel like Drake knows this, like knows the bar scene and
Yeah.
like all that stuff. So I'm gonna take Drake as my other guy. Paul's DJ aux cord. Drake will bump it. Always.
He's just destroying it. I think my other choice would probably be. Nah, I was gonna say like a soccer player like Ronaldo, but like that would just be. I feel like he'd be boring.
Dude,
But,
that
like,
guy definitely does not drink. Like, have you seen that guy's
Oh.
8-pack? Like,
doesn't drink.
He'll be
If he
hammered
does-
off, like,
if he
2
does,
drinks.
It's just like straight vodka and just nothing else.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of like who would be your third.
I said DiCaprio, Gronk, and I'd
Oh, you
probably
said
go with
DiCaprio.
Andre the Giant. Wait, am I going to a bar or a club?
I don't know. I'm
Wait,
just
it-
ready for anything.
Oh no, this is a pregame, right?
Yeah, this is for the pregame. So
Yeah.
it could be a house party. It could be a bar. It could be wherever.
I'm gonna toss out Miles Teller, and I'm just gonna say I'm his brother.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Done.
Bad.
Done.
Fine, I'll
Bad.
take KJ Appa.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let him actually.
Okay.
I'll do it. Let him take that.
I definitely won this list. You
Oh
guys
no,
got
I can't. I'm not putting him on my list. No, no, DiCaprio, Gronk, and the Giant.
That is good. That is really good.
That's
Giant would be fucking insane.
that would be my list.
as soon as the pregame question came up, I think he's the most, in my mind, he's the most famous like beer drinker, and like
yeah, that's what and
because-
that's what I'm thinking.
there's so many, and there's stories of him like on like a 4-hour flight across the U.S. drinking like 2
That's insane.
in like a 3-hour flight or something.
Yeah, again, 130 beers I think it was in a day. That's what he claimed.
It's fucked.
Insane. It's insane. I can't.
That is 5 2-6s.
Oh my god.
That is 5 and like what?
I feel like if you
I
think
had
about
one.
it,
I had one
no,
in 2 hours and died.
I was gonna say, think about even think about just having like a 2-6. Like you are fucked after that.
Dude,
Or, like,
I've never
if you're saying,
once
like,
drank 24 beers in a day.
Yeah, 24. Oh, I think I have.
I've never done that.
I think I've done it once.
I've done it a few times.
And it was like it was someone's birthday, and it was like
Now you gotta times that by 5.
Yeah, and exactly.
the most I've ever had. I almost died, and that was at Abby's cabin. I had like
Yeah.
40 drinks or something like that, and
That-
that was over. Like I was drinking from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
and I had about about 40.
I think-
40's like conservative. It could have been like a little bit more. Could have been like a little bit less. But like I was straight fucked. The fact that he got 3 times that.
Yeah. The thing is, the like most like I've ever drank was on hard stuff. It was like I almost polished off a 40, so it was
Just
like,
because your stomach size, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you drink 130 drinks or whatever the claim was, how many pisser breaks are you taking?
That's the other thing.
Do not drain the main vein.
Although, dude, like you have to know, like, have you seen Andre the Giant like holding a beer can?
It makes it look like a Nerf football.
Yeah,
like it
like, it's
doesn't
just
look real.
Really?
Like, dude,
haven't
like
seen-
he has his hand out like this, and the beer is probably about like the first like 3 fingers, as like index finger goes like over top of the can.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like that's how big this guy's paws were.
Anyway, that was a good start to the hypotheticals. I thought
What car are you taking?
whatever Vin Diesel drives, because he's my driver.
True.
It looks like a mini beer.
Yeah, like
It looks like. That's insane.
I'll take Paul Walker's ride in Fast and Furious.
I'm taking a like.
Well, if you're letting me pick in my car, then I'm taking like a man van, and we're loading that shit up, and we're getting more people in my
Okay,
pregame.
no.
I was gonna say I'm taking
No,
like
you
a
gotta-
party bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a limo.
Okay, you guys ready for question 2?
Yeah, shoot off fire too.
What was 2? It was I think it was the laid eggs one.
Laid eggs. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That was I forget the actual question. That was how different would the world be if humans laid eggs?
I feel like with like the whole like would you lay it right at the beginning and then
Yeah.
wait the 9 months?
We got like. Would you be pregnant for 9 months and then lay an egg and then it'd have to hatch, or would in my mind, it's like maybe you are pregnant for 2 weeks, then you lay your egg, and then you gotta like wait with your egg for like
8.5 months.
yeah, for like the rest of it, or like maybe just the whole thing is like an egg external process instead of inside. Like how like could you imagine if like you walked upstairs and your mom was just like chilling on your next brother, like warming the egg like
Yeah.
penguins do or whatever?
So you're saying that hypothetically like a woman would have to sit on their egg, they wouldn't crush it?
Well, you couldn't like you'd have to
Like warm it somehow.
nurture an egg the way other animals nurture their eggs.
Okay, well I think that humans are a little bit different and technology's come so far that they would not have to.
We wouldn't have to heat our eggs by sitting on them. We would have beds that are warm enough to incubate them and stuff.
Absolutely. Yep.
I feel like the eggs would crack a lot. Like you get like a
Oh, people would
'cause you know
fucked
how,
up
like,
so much, especially like thinking about it. Honestly, that might be a good thing.
like
People getting like teenage pregnancies and shit like that. Those guys are fucking around and whatever. They're definitely like tossing around those eggs.
That is so
No, that's-
scary
no,
to
no.
actually
think.
does kind of have a point. Like if you
No,
like, if
that's
you-
better.
If you like took the 9 months to actually nurture the egg and like care for it and not
You
break it or
deserve to have
anything,
that
you
fucking
deserve
kid.
to have that kid. Would that be like considered an abortion if you like crack the egg?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like
That's an accident. Well, you could say it's an accident.
Oh
Jesus.
my Lord. You get like a mom coming home because she can actually drink when she's pregnant now. She like cracks the egg by accident or something.
that's an yeah.
like or something like that happening. Like
Dude, the worst part would be like I could see like total frat move or something like that where they like how some people like just like put random shit in their beer can and then shotgun it.
God, the human shotgun.
Yo, man,
Yep.
I'm thinking of
You
I'm
bet
thinking
your ass they're gonna go like embryo shotgun boys, let's get it.
Dude, I was like,
embryo shotgun. Let's get it.
dude, I was like, I was gonna thought it was fucked to bring up the fact that like human would be a delicacy, but like you took it even further and put human in a beer and one touch it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, don't even.
What are
they
the
don't
odds you put your baby in a beer and one touch it? She's
What are
like,
the odds? What are the odds?
even- and like depending on how instant it is, like, what if you're like like have sex like during the party or at the beginning of the party? By the end of the party, you can perform this move.
Yeah.
Like that's how quick it could happen. Like that would be pretty
No,
fucked.
I thought instantly of Project X when they grab the gnome and he like takes a baseball bat and just crushes it at the party. Toss it up with eggs. Boom!
I also feel like restaurants, instead of buying their own eggs, they would just have 2 people in the back
Just boning.
Dude,
and they would just get paid. I think that would be a whole new line of work.
it wouldn't be too much different than porn. And definitely, you
I'm
definitely.
not talking about that. I'm talking about like they would just use the eggs
Use
and
the eggs as like their like.
that would be their
Eggs.
food. It's like way cheaper. It's
yeah,
free.
but you might as well film these people who are making eggs the whole time while they're making eggs.
That could be a fetish.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's definitely into that.
Making eggs or pushing out the eggs. Oh.
Yeah,
God,
that is
yeah.
definitely a fetish.
Yeah.
That is so a
I
fetish.
feel like that would look better than childbirth though.
Yeah.
I don't think either of them are gonna look pretty.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like it would look better than a baby coming out.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's fucking. That is fucking.
Farmers would get boned if that happened.
Yeah. Not
I
really-
don't. I don't think you can. I don't think society would turn into just like, okay, we don't need eggs from any other animal anymore.
And I
Let's just
don't-
all fucking make our
And I
own.
don't feel like it would turn into like
'Cause, like, I
it's
would-
eggs now. Like you could crack it on like it would still be a baby in there, like a dead baby. It wouldn't just be like, oh, we have eggs now.
I think it
Know what I
depends
mean?
how far along
Yeah.
I feel like it would be like if you crack this thing open, there's gonna be a dead baby inside. We're not gonna be cooking it. That's how I'm thinking about it.
Well, I'm thinking of it more like a chicken egg, like just a
Yeah, that's
really
what I'm thinking.
long
Yeah.
chicken egg process.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
So, like, if you were to harvest an egg early enough, you could probably eat it. But if you wait till it's close to ready, then you will get an embryo inside.
Oh, man.
That'd be fucked.
Anyone ever cracked a chicken egg that was like developed already,
No.
or like a little bit?
No.
Real gross. Real gross.
Oh yes,
What?
I think my dad did once, and he was like,
Like you, I
I
cracked it, and there was like a probably a kidney bean sized thing,
Yeah.
and the egg was bloody.
I've never.
Yeah, it's pretty
I've never done
interesting.
it, but I've heard of it. I think my dad did it like a couple years ago at the lake.
That's pretty cool.
If you get farm eggs a lot, that happens.
Happens a lot.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's a weird question though.
how would society?
We actually took that in like a whole other direction.
Okay, you know what I think though, like maternity leave would definitely be different because like now the woman's not like you hear about women who have like especially like if you have twins or something like they can't move like that's how much like incapacitated they are
Yeah,
with
yeah.
pregnancy and like all that stuff. Now you like the woman wouldn't change. Like yeah, you would push one out, but then like your body should be normal. Like you're not going to get fat from it and all that stuff.
How big is the egg when you're like
I'd say
popping
this-
it out? Like if it's the same size as the fucking kid, like
Yeah.
you're still.
That's another question. Like if say like the egg is like forming in your stomach for the 9 months, and then you have the baby, like would it be the size of a baby, the egg coming out, or like would it at the rate the
Or is it
beginning
gonna
would it just
grow-
be like
or
a
is it
size
gonna-
of a like?
Yeah, that's a good
Like,
point. I
that's-
never because eggs don't really.
Yeah,
The
they don't-
shape, the egg size doesn't grow, but what's inside
It
grows.
does.
So I would say you'd push out like essentially an empty egg, but it
Empty
would
egg,
be
but
fetus size.
Okay, so you're still. So that is gonna take a little bit of time to recoup after that.
Yeah, you're gonna be on the IR for a week because
It's like,
dude. Mothers are walking the day after they
true.
give
Yeah,
like birth. Like I
I
don't
don't
think
think
it's
that bad.
crazy.
but like
But-
yeah,
Then again, I've also never been part of a birth, so
me neither.
True.
not.
think I saw
we,
one in, like-
we need to get an expert on births.
Hit us up. Please don't. Hey Karen.
Yeah,
That
mother.
is the last person.
yeah. Yeah.
Very last. Oh man.
Okay.
Question 3.
Yeah,
Question 3. Instant skill.
If you can acquire any skill instantly,
Yep.
Like, oh,
What would it be?
does this have to be like?
I
Like,
Can it be an
or-
illegal skill? Like, what kind of skills are we talking about here?
like just like any talent
like
or skill.
invisible. Like or is it?
That's
like,
not a
We're not
skill.
talking superpower.
Like,
We're
okay,
talking
yeah,
like a
that's it,
talent.
yeah.
Like for me, mine would be I would love to play any song on. Well, like can I say like any instrument, or do I have to be more specific?
You can't be skillful in all instruments. You need
Yeah,
to.
maybe one is
yeah.
just like guitar.
And if you're
I would love to be able to play any song on guitar. Like just by hearing it, I'll be like, "Yep, I know what this is," and
Hey,
be able to play it.
girls.
That would
This is
be
wonderful.
no. That would be just like
Sits around the fire.
so you would take it in
That's
like you would
actually-
learn
guitar
an
is a-
instrument or
Yeah.
specifically a guitar.
absolutely.
I'd say have like an amazing voice. Like I'm gonna go down the same route as you, but like I feel like if I had like an amazing voice, I feel like you could go farther with a good voice than you could instrument.
I said that too, but I already got that.
Confident.
Cheers up. Let's
Uh,
Cheers up.
Next
Yeah,
intro,
no,
boys
so
and
I-
girls.
I won't do little. No, not do
Oh, ladies,
Just a little preview.
Get the wet floor signs out. Yeah, I think mine would be like a really good voice. I feel like you could go farther with a good voice and good guitar.
So you guys, are you thinking of monetary gain in with like your skills? Like you wanna,
Oh, I'm totally thinking like money wise.
you're gonna become the next like pop star or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't even use it for that. Like I would just like, I would like to be able to do it.
And to me, that's kind of what I thought more around that way. Like not so much that you're gonna change your life completely because now you are
I'm
a
able
really
to
good
do it.
singer, but like now everyone loves you at karaoke. Like you never don't get invited to karaoke anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that'd
like
be cool.
for me, I was thinking something like to be more different than you guys. What about like my skill is like computer skill. Like I can like hack shit.
Really good at like video games.
Yeah, like and I don't know how well. Like maybe it's like just like my computer skills. Like
Yeah.
I'm better with like video editing. Like now where podcasts don't get not uploaded
Yeah,
because
yeah.
now I don't know all that shit.
Boom, bap,
And like
bopping.
maybe I can do coding.
Yeah.
Like I don't know much about coding right now, but I know that it's a whole fucking other language.
Yeah,
Like it
so
Yeah.
and I don't know how broad I can make my computer knowledge for my skill, but like
Yeah. But that's also the thing.
What if you like? Yeah, now my job can be like I'm like
computer engineer?
yeah, I'm like national security because I can build firewalls and like prevent hackers or
That'd be cool.
whatever. That would be a really. And I also think computers are the future, so it'd be a really good.
I like how
split,
we're
so
a
ahead.
hockey podcast and none of us were like, oh, I wish we like were really,
Be
really
good at
fast
hockey,
or, like,
which that's
be
kind of
good
a
at
cop
hockey,
out.
that's-
I thought about that too. I was like, I just want to
have,
be.
like a line A slappy. Like, whatever. None of us picked like anything hockey. We're like, yeah, guitar, singing,
And I went
computer.
I don't know, just try to be
Well,
different.
just like, I don't know.
Or
I
even-
think that music and even computers are more, like everyone kind of knows like a little bit about that instead of sports. Like I know
Yeah.
we're both like all like the three of us are all like super into sports, but like
Yeah.
everyone can relate to the other shit.
Or like really good at like bartending or something. Like something
That
along
would be
those
cool.
lines, or, like, that'd be the life. It'd be the life of the party. Like, you drink
Dude,
something,
being
it's
like
sick.
also like dance would be cool. Like if you were just like the absolute like sickest
I
dancer,
would
and
choo-
you're
I
going
would
to like
choo-
the
I would
bars and
choose
whatever.
dance. I would choose dance over
that
sing.
That might even top like playing
Being a
instrument or whatever.
Great dancer at the bar.
Oh yeah, that would be fucking
We
awesome.
are pretty shit. All day
It's not that we're shit. We're just dealt shit cards. Like we're a bunch of fucking white guys. Like, of course, like
three white guys who have a hockey podcast. Yes, we can dance. Oh God.
who's Ben's dance with the group?
Of our like friend group,
Yeah, of our friend group.
does it have to be a dude in our friend group?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
God.
Just like kind of random question. I'm throwing it in there. Give a shout out.
I can't. Your limbo thing just takes you out of the picture.
Oh, I'm not in it.
Because you're not that bad of an answer, but that limbo thing just. Oh,
I have done
the
that in a while. I
worst.
can't do it anymore. But
Domo has the classic driving the car.
This
Or
is
not.
so. No, none
We're
of
all
us are more
terrible.
than a 6.
I was gonna say
Out of
none of us
10?
are more than a 6.
was
No,
gonna say,
I
we're
agree with
all
that.
terrible, like awful dancers.
No, to be fair, I don't like if you look at like the majority of guys at the bars. I think they're all about the same.
We don't.
They're all about from 3 to 6. I don't think there's anyone who's like that bad to the point where they're like making themselves like look worse. But there's nobody that's like making them stand amongst
I can't.
the
I
best.
can't answer the question. I
Like
can't-
everyone's just like
can't
too much
either- I can't
wishy-washy.
either. Like the thing is, I haven't like. No,
'Cause
I couldn't.
guys don't. You don't win a girl over at the bar because you can dance. You
I'm
win
gonna
it
say
because you
Will.
look good.
There have been a couple guys. No, that was at
I'm tossing
that was
up.
back at Union.
I'm tossing out Will.
You'd say Will?
Will is my pick. I'm thinking about it yesterday when we were at the upstairs. He was like, I was like, he's not actually that bad of a dancer. The thing is, I think our friends are really bad. So like,
I'll go with Reese. He has the same goddamn move, but it works for some reason. And it's like, yeah, you know what? Good for him.
I don't really look at Reese dance either. I haven't really seen it.
I don't watch our friends.
I don't
dance.
watch like yeah, like that doesn't happen
Oh,
too
come
often,
on,
but
I
like,
do. Come on,
anyways,
come on.
throw a name.
I need to throw a name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Justin Marinelli because he's had the girlfriend the longest.
How
No.
do you dance without arms or legs?
I was just he slithers on the dance floor.
Never seen that move. None of you guys can perform that move. I can.
He's on the dance floor.
Actually, I'll throw Spenny out there. I'll give him my vote of confidence. The guy just gives it his all. It's not pretty, but like he puts in a shift.
That's another reason why I'm saying Will, because Will like actually puts in like an effort to like try to dance with girls and stuff, and like dances
Yeah.
like pretty normally.
Okay. Anyways, let's get
Back
to-
on-
yeah,
let's
our
get back
proper
on back on
questions.
track. Okay. Question number 4. Rhino versus hippo.
Rhino.
Oh, this is like the silverback versus
Yep.
grizzly
Yep.
again.
You know it. Who wins?
Okay, and we're doing same situation where it's like an octagon
We're doing
size,
octagon. Yeah, we're not
a
doing
little
like
little bit bigger, but because they're bigger animals. But it's gonna be rhino versus hippo.
Okay, to be fair, I was honestly thinking hippo the entire time, but the fact that they're in like an octagon, I don't know. Because I think the rhino is the only animal with something that can really like kill something. Like I know like a hippo can like open its jaw like a lot and be able to like crush.
Can it like
Pretty
go to,
much,
like
like,
80
anything?
degrees? Can it like literally like its like mouth be like 80 degrees like this?
I don't know what the degrees. I've read in books or heard before that hippos have been able to crush cars in their mouth.
Yeah.
Like a
That's
sedan
insane.
can fit in its mouth and it can crush it. So that tells me it's a pretty open mouth.
Like I know that
have
could
to-
kill somebody, but like the fact is like the rhino has like a way easier weapon.
I was
Like
just
they do have a horn out of their fucking head.
You want
Like
me to
I
toss out some stats here.
I'd love to hear.
yeah. Can we get like some size? Like yeah,
So we'll say it's a white rhinoceros. Apparently, I think it's the most common.
Okay.
Those things
that
are
does matter.
2,300 kilograms, which equals.
Well, we know the black rhinoceros would be faster, but
True.
And a lot smaller. 800 to 1,400 kilograms for a black rhinoceros, and 2,300 for.
So probably would be faster. Probably right.
Okay, we're going with the white one. So that's 2,300
Yeah,
kilograms.
23.
And what kind of hippo? Just look up hippo and see what happens.
Just hippo. Like
Okay.
a hippopotamus.
Generic hippo.
1,500 to 1,800 kilograms.
We'll say 1650.
Sure. A speed of a. Ooh.
I feel like a hippo.
Top
Rhino-
speed, rhinos faster.
Rhinoceros
That's
are
my guess.
faster, 50 kilometers an hour, and
Yeah,
hippos
there's no
are
way.
30.
What?
That's still
That's
fucking
still fast, man.
So a hippo can cruise as fast as like McDavid on skates.
Yeah, on land running. Yep.
Because don't
McDavid's been clocked at like 40, I think.
haven't they? Yeah, like 35
40
kilometers.
I think the hot fast was like 42.
Yeah, it was something like that.
So
But yeah,
And then the
and a
height,
rhino's faster than anything
the height
we've ever
of
seen on
a
ice.
Yeah.
white rhinoceros is 1.7 meters to 1.9 meters, and a hippo is.
okay, now I'm looking at the
1.5
stats, and
meters.
now I don't see how the hippo can possibly
I
win.
don't think a hippo could win.
If
And
a rhino is
especially-
faster, stronger, and has a weapon on its head, I think it's game over.
And doesn't like a rhino's like shell or like skin is like a shell. It's
Yeah, it's.
like insanely strong.
I feel like it is more defensive, but how does the rhino attack the hippo? Like does it just charge and
yeah.
swing?
Yeah.
Its horn. It's
And
bigger.
I don't think a hippo is like mobile enough to avoid all of it. And the other thing is like I think the hippo's like only form of attack is literally just like biting
It's
him.
jaws. Yeah.
But like I think if he opens it up, he will have the opportunity to like pierce him in the head and pierce him with his mouth open or something like that. Like I think it's curtains for the hippo. Like kind of
Yeah.
like looking at the stats and everything. Like yeah.
The thing is, I've seen a hippo in real life. I've never seen a rhino in real life, and hippos are scary.
Where'd you see a hippo?
Calgary Zoo.
Oh,
I've
okay.
seen a rhino. I've never seen a.
Where have you seen a rhino?
Where have you seen a rhino?
Where was it? Fuck. I think it was. I think they had a bunch at zoo in Hawaii when I went there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't think I've ever seen a hippo. I remember seeing them on like that commercial on
The baby, or
The baby hippos
the
that
baby
live in the-
hippo or whatever that would
the
live in the
house
closet or
hippos.
whatever. That was about it. That's
They
the closest.
snack on peanut butter.
Shout out to all Canadian children
Oh, yeah.
who remember
Everyone
that
knows
commercial.
that commercial.
It was that one, and it was
The kid chasing the Pokemon card
This
and
is the sound of a
not being
T-Rex.
enough.
Jesus fuck.
Oh my
Man,
god, those
are
were the
like,
days.
3 classic commercials. Because the one was a Common House hippo, and it
Mm-hmm.
like snack on peanut butter and all this. And it was like in the like
Oh, and then there's the
Don't
one
believe
of the,
it.
There's the one of the kid running from the girls.
The ice cream truck.
the ice cream
yeah.
truck, and it's like the kid because it was like making sure that kids like got out and like would play and like get physical
Yeah.
education or
Physical activity.
physical activity, not education, physical activity and all that. So it was like there was that, and then there was the one where it was like
I just remember they had like a
everybody's
Spanish
different.
song playing in the background.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
the
It was a
best.
Spanish song.
There's a few of them because there's the one kid who stole like one kid's like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever when he came out of the store, and then he started running
Pokemon
away from
card.
that one too. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, sorry. Yeah,
Oh, no, you were not. You're totally no.
Yu-Gi-Oh was my thing. All Lore Secor kids were Yu-Gi-Oh
For 1 year or forever?
for like 3 years.
You
For like
guys
four-
were bass backwards.
And we never did
Holy
Pokemon.
shit.
I never did Pokemon.
we had a year of everything, dude.
What?
We were tech decks.
Grade
too.
grade
Tech decks were
1,
huge
grade 1 was Beyblade. Grade
Yeah,
2
we
was
did Beyblades.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Grade 3 was Pokemon. Grade 4 was Tech Deck /
You remember this?
BMX / like all those finger fucking
That was our
toys.
grade
Dude,
6.
my school never got into BMX. It was always tech deck.
Grade
Always.
5 was hockey cards, and then grade 6 was kind of a fucking toss up. I don't know if anyone ever played Chaotic or the beat 'em on, the fucking marble shooting ones. Grade 6 was a bit of a toss up, but pretty much every year there was like a
Chaotic?
running one.
Wait, what was Bakugan was getting?
Bakugan. Yeah, we did that too.
Yeah, we got
That was when you,
Bakugan.
like, rolled those like ball
That-
things.
yeah,
Bakugan
on
tech
the-
decks. We
yeah.
had Pokemon. We did have Beyblades, but the best was we had like, you know, like those like wooden platforms, like the holes in. You're normally supposed to take like a stick. And you're supposed to hit like a ball through it.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like tape. I think it's like some sort of like table hockey or whatever. But anyways, we would just use that as our Beyblade arena. We'd
Oh,
have 2 games
really?
going at once.
That's
Oh
kinda sick,
yeah, it was
actually.
nasty back in the
Yeah.
day.
Oh, I just remember ripping the Beyblades down the slide, and it was you just like that's how we battled. Was like down the slides.
It was first one.
Like
It
the
was first one who hit the ground
yeah,
lost.
we'd either it was so cool.
Oh yeah.
So you'd fucking
so
roll down the slide with each other, banging in. It's good battles.
Yeah.
That's way better.
We also had, We also had one year where we didn't do like we were all just like into sports. Like we only like at recess it was never like oh we like played this and this. We
Dude,
were always
I was
like football.
at Robert H.
soccer,
I
like-
led the charge in that arena. I remember when I was in grade 4. That's when Nashville got like super sick, and they had like Paul Correa, Radulov was coming to his own. Jason Arnott was like nasty. Steve Sullivan, Martin Erat, and just like all these guys. And they had who's their goalie back in the day?
Tommy Vokoun.
Yeah, it was Vokun and Steve and Chris Mason.
Chris
Yeah.
Mason, yeah, I was gonna say Steve too.
Oh yeah, that was.
The beard.
Oh yeah, I also rocked the Nashville jersey. Me and Alex Natton were like the big Nashville guys in our classroom.
That's a name drop right there.
And then my teacher said that she had like I think her husband's like actual name was Scott Hartnell. It wasn't the same guy, but she thought like that was super cool.
That is really cool.
What year was your like favorite teacher? Like what year did you have like your favorite?
That's a good question. What like
We can do that. We'll throw that in there.
right now, right now.
Mine was grade 6, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was like a 6-year-old guy. I'll say that the mothers liked going to was that kid day where they bring your kids in or
Parent teachers.
parent teacher, yeah. The mothers were a fan of going to see him at parent teacher, and he was just so much fun. He couldn't teach us like about pads and stuff and like sex ed and all that. He was like too nervous talking about it in front of kids, so he got like another teacher to come in and do it. And he
That's
had
so
an
weird.
That's so weird.
He had-
Come on,
He
dude.
had an iPod sitting there, and we wrapped like a pad on it, like a girl's like pad.
Yeah.
And we called it an iPad, and that was before iPads came out. It was like an iPod Nano. And then so
That's
like,
funny.
hey, look, it's an iPad. And, like he was like freaked out about it and everything. He's like, you're a bitch, but he was the coolest guy ever, man. He was so much fun.
I had so many good elementary teachers.
Oh, me too.
Like my nursery teacher, I still remember Madame Minot. She she was just the biggest sweetheart ever, and I remember no one didn't like her.
Mm-hmm.
Grade 2, I had Madame Carroll, and she was amazing. And she let us raise chicks. We had like baby chicks in our classroom at grade 2. Fucking great.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, like that was awesome. Grade
That's
2.
cool, yeah.
Grade 3, I had Mr. Lassard. It was his last year of teaching on like 30 years at the same school.
Don't give a shit.
But no,
Give Shamir was not
No.
there or what?
Give a shit meter like still was there though. Like he gave the smart kids like advanced shit. Like I remember I shouldn't brag, but did like advanced math that year, and like there was a
Not
few
a
kids that
big
would,
deal.
and like he still cared, and like but we would sing Elvis in his class. Like
That's-
I remember him playing his guitar, and at the time not knowing what I was singing. Like I knew "Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog,"
Yeah.
but like I did not know that was Elvis, and then learned that later. But
Yeah.
like. And in grade 6, I had Madame Lopez, who was a great teacher. I only had her for half days, though. That was kind of annoying.
Why?
Because it was a mat leave thing, I think. Like,
Oh.
her husband was there in the morning, and yeah, was there in the morning and then worked, like, the afternoon, and she worked the afternoon and was not
Really?
there in the... However it worked.
That's
They
weird.
had a whole system, and she only worked half days.
Yeah.
But she was an amazing teacher.
Yeah.
Got me so geared up for middle school. Like, made sure I didn't fail middle school.
Yeah. That's basically like Mr. Jones did. He was like, because he was like, if you were a shit disturber, you had like, he literally had all the shit disturbers on one side of the room and then like all the smart kids on the other. And guess who was on that shit disturber side? It was like me, Harrison, Stangl, like all the boys.
Yeah,
It was
all
so
the
funny.
boys.
Skaleski. Oh, it was good.
Oh man, I loved elementary. It was so much fun. Well, like it was also kind of weird because, well, in grade 1 was Madame Morrow was my first grade teacher. Fun fact: she's now been dating my dad for well, let's say 12 years.
Not saying anything.
Yeah, don't say anything. Yeah, don't. No need. No need. She was my kindergarten teacher was sweet too, Johansson. She was
Spell it the same as Ryan?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Have you heard the beef about Ryan Johansson and Ryan
Ryan
Kessler?
Kessler. Oh man, okay,
I
dude,
s-
we're getting into that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hold that for a sec.
We need to
for a
hold
sec.
that. Okay. Favorite teacher? I'll say Madame Muirhead, just because she taught Andrew,
Okay.
and so like her opinion of me like going in, I think was like a little bit higher. And it's
Man.
like,
I
suck
I was the exact same way because Tyler and like Danielle, my cousins, they were like good kids in school. And so whenever I come in, oh, you're a pro. Like, are you like related to Tyler
Yeah.
and Danielle? I'm like, oh yeah, I am. And so like, oh, awesome, good to have you here. And then it's like, just like straight down
Downhill.
from there. And then my sister's just totally fucked.
Okay, well, to be fair, like I'm out of my brothers, I would say like as far as school goes, I think I got like the best grades. I'm pretty sure, but like Andrew cared about school and like he would sit in front and like would pay attention a lot
Yeah,
more than I
yeah.
would. I just didn't really care.
Yeah.
I didn't really care as much. I was way more busy like talking to like my friends during class, and
The smokes.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Elementary call doggy putting in groundwork.
It's called laying the foundation, my
it's
friend.
laying the foundation, my man.
Oh man. But yeah, what's the next question?
Do we have a fifth one?
Yeah, we got if there was to ever be a president of the world, who would it be?
If I get to pick,
You have one shot at this.
I already have mine. It's The Rock.
I don't.
you want The Rock to
Wrong
run
with
the.
the Rock.
The Rock.
To run
There's
the
nothing wrong
planet.
with that man, and he's scary. So if like aliens come and they have to like talk to him, he's probably the scariest person looking. If like you were coming from a different planet. So there's that, and he's just like I've never heard.
He doesn't look like a
anything bad
normal
about-
human being, though.
I've never.
No
heard
wonder
anything
he'd
about-
associate with an alien. He's fucking ripped as shit compared to everyone else.
Like I've never heard anything bad about The Rock. He seems to be like kind of a funny guy and just seems like a cool guy to hang out with, and I feel like he would run shit really well.
Yeah, but you know, like if he's like the president, that Kevin Hart's gonna be like the vice president of the world.
And that is awesome. Imagine
Dude,
Kevin Hart
I'm-
doing all like the speeches for him and shit.
I am totally down to watch like some fucking
Kevin Hart.
world leader debates if The Rock and Kevin Hart have to go up against another pair. Like imagine when the next like you're voting for the leader of the world and like that's what the debate will be.
So good.
That'd be funny.
So good.
Yeah, but like you don't need it to be funny. You need like you need guys who know what the hell they're talking about.
I don't know who the hell. Tell me someone who would be like know what they're talking about. He can learn it easily. Because like
I don't know. This is
You mean,
like
like,
this
Mike
is such a
Babcock?
loaded question. Like this is essentially like who is the most like. Well, I think popular is definitely one of the words, but like has to be like the smartest and.
honestly, Mike Babcock.
You're picking the coach of the fucking Toronto Maple Leafs.
Mike Babcock,
Dude,
he would
like,
run shit fucking.
barely Canadians can understand how Mike Babcock talks. How do you think anyone else is ever gonna understand him? Just to save the whole planet, just gotta get pucks deep. Make sure you're giving 110%.
Right, buddies, and
Like
no. But yeah, no.
the world would be so much more boring if Mike Babcock
But, like,
was
But
the leader.
genuinely, I think The Rock is my pick.
I don't know if this is such a tough question. I should have like thought more about this.
There's a lot of people, and for me, like, I don't want to, like, I know this is kind of off the wall, and we were talking about a little about this earlier, but like, I don't think Ellen would be a bad pick.
Ellen DeGeneres.
It's a chick, so like, I don't know like how the like whole world's gonna react to it, but like, I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be fine. You guys were already suggesting like Kevin Hart and fucking The Rock. I think she's funny.
She's very funny.
Yeah.
I think she's very good at speaking to audiences
Yeah.
and like already knows how to.
She seems like she knows what she's talking about. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She would be up there for me. She seems very popular. I don't know.
Well, I think
Like I think like whenever I don't really like watch the show like at all,
It would
but like
definitely help out like the gay rights movement and
Yeah.
shit across the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that would
but-
definitely be a
and
good.
I think the Rock and Ellen are kind of on the same page, like the same like
They're both well-liked
well,
celebrities.
like, celebrities
Um,
and all that, and like the Rock and the Ellen go like he goes on her show all the time, and like I'm pretty sure that, like
it would be
good
pretty cool
friends.
to have a former CFL player as the president of the world too.
Nope.
Just get us on the map, man.
So when you think of The Rock, how many things do you think of before former
Literally
CFL player?
everything else before former CFL player, but still.
I think of him like lead role in The Tooth Fairy,
Yes!
like before the CFL player.
Oh my god.
Has anyone ever actually seen that movie? I know it got. with-
or, like,
No, dude, they made a second one, but it's featuring Larry the Cable Guy as the Tooth Fairy. They made
What?
the Tooth Fairy 2, and Larry the Cable Guy is the main character.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
I cannot believe this fucking exists.
how is
Not
how
even.
do you go from the Rock to Larry the Cable Guy?
I am not kidding.
I think their budget might have shrunk between movies.
Oh my god.
Look at
That is the fuck. Oh,
I think that's can
is-
this
is-
please be like the like for the podcast,
Not
like
my
this can be
president.
our cover like picture or whatever. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I
golden.
could try to do that.
Oh
That
my
is-
god. There's nothing like looking at Larry the Cable Guy in
A pink overall.
fucking pink overalls, pink baseball cap, and pink wings. Oh my god.
I
and
seriously.
pink kicks.
Um,
It's
to
such
top
a
it
hard
off.
question, but like, because the thing is, we're only thinking of like, because I don't know political people. I don't like. know
yeah, I'm
that
trying to
much
think
about
of
politics.
anyone who's got any
Exactly.
kind of like political
Like,
background.
unless you say like
The only people I
Rock,
really like get to like hear about quite a bit is like, well, I know Barack was the president before.
How about
I
this?
know
Can
like
we-
Trump is the guy now.
Does it
and
have to
people-
be a live guy, or can I pick a dead guy? Because if I can pick a dead guy, I'll pick like Gandhi, because I feel like he had some real good shit to say.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
Get Bobby Orr in
Gandhi.
there. I've never heard him say like anything bad about anybody ever. So
Get Wayne. Just toss
Dude,
him in
you-
there.
If Bobby Orr led the world, human
Iserman.
knees would never be the same.
Man, Iserman.
There'd be
he's
so
running
much.
a company pretty well, or like a team pretty well. Iserman.
Yeah, but that's running like 200
That is
people,
not
maybe.
7 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Oh, trust me.
To be fair,
I
there
know.
is nobody on the planet that is
Ready to run.
Capable. Yeah.
capable, and I
Like-
really don't think there ever will be.
No.
But like,
the Queen, like, no, she's too old. Maybe like.
yeah, but that's
Harry.
like only their little like fucking place. That's not.
their little fucking place. Just that little fucking place over there.
Yeah, that's not even close here.
Oh,
Like,
What about a guy like fucking PewDiePie or some shit? Like, like could you imagine?
Let's get Logan Paul in there.
No, not someone who's like everyone hates. Most people like PewDiePie.
Wasn't he the one who like?
PewDiePie's the one who runs YouTube because he's got
Yeah.
like
like 38 million.
he passed 50.
Did he?
He's past 50 million, I'm pretty sure, subscribers on
Wow.
YouTube. Like a guy like Ninja. Like I guess he's probably one of the
He's
biggest.
a really good spokesman too.
Yeah, like
Shit that he's been like talking about with like video games and stuff, and like how like he's telling kids he's like don't like quit
I know
school and
it's
stuff.
very
no
niche.
matter
but-
who you got, I don't think people would be happy because I
Oh,
don't think
no.
that whoever you picked, it would be like. People
There's-
would feel differently depending on how old they are.
There's
So like
3.5
the people you
billion
guys are
people who don't
suggesting,
want it.
I bet you
I
the
know.
like people like in the younger generation would
Top-
be like more or less okay. But I guarantee you, everyone like basically over 30 and up are like, who the fuck is this guy? What the hell
Why-
does he
why
know
is
about?
this-
Yeah,
fucking blue hair. Like
Yeah, and
Yeah.
why is he running the entire nation or the
yeah, it's
entire
like
world?
You're gonna have 3.5 billion people mad one way or another.
More.
Like
More.
Yeah, like more.
I don't think
depending
I
on
don't
how
think
many
you can win over like more than 1 billion people.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. Like the winning vote would be like with 8% of the population.
But it's
I
like,
wanna
how
know
many
what the
candidates-
ballot looks
yeah, I
like,
was gonna say,
though.
how many candidates are there? Is there like 7 candidates, or is there 2, and you have to pick between one or the other?
How the hell would that even work? I bet you like each country would like nominate maybe 2 people,
I think
but then like you're dealing with like that many fucking countries.
if you're,
like,
talking about realistically, the leader of every nation would go into like a vote, and then everyone would vote on a leader of a nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be Trudeau and
Trump
Trump and Putin and whatever, and everyone would vote. That's how it would work. I think like realistically.
yeah.
Can you name more rulers than that of like countries, like of like presidents of countries? Because I can name probably Putin, Trump, and
Trudeau.
Trudeau. That guy, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it took you a while to spit that one out.
Yeah.
Honestly
Oh,
off the top
his
off the
name.
top of my head, no, I don't think I can
don't think
name
I-
the
Kim
lead.
Jong Un.
Is the queen?
Yeah.
The queen still
The
running?
Queen of Elizabeth, I guess
Elizabeth?
technically.
Yeah. So that's 5.
That's 5.
All right, boys. We are
I-
totally fucking retarded. We are not qualified to be even answering.
I,
This
can, I know a lot.
question.
I know like a little bit about Canadian politics. Like I'm pretty sure I can name who runs every political party.
Yeah, like
but-
I could do that too, but no.
Don't look at me.
Not the
retarded.
not the
Don't look at
bloc.
me.
I don't know who runs the bloc. Quebecois. I know her. I know the face. Like I know the guy's face, but
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
No.
Anyway.
Okay. Anyway,
That's-
I'm not even gonna.
Philippe Dano.
Okay. All right, that was it for our hypotheticals. Do you guys want to hop into the hockey talk? There was like a few things that happened. Let's go with the Kessler one. The Kessler
we
Joe.
talked
Okay,
about-
yeah.
Ryan
So,
Johansson
if
beef.
you haven't seen, Ryan Kessler tweeted out at Ryan Johansson something about hopefully you're getting ready for the season, wondering if you wanted to meet in a parking lot before the season. And did you hear what Ryan Johansson?
Okay,
tweeted
dude, I'm
back
gonna get the
today?
actual quotes out. It
It's-
was
it's
at
deleted.
Ryan Johansson 19. How's the summer train going? Well, meet me in the streets before we get going on the ice. And then literally, how much later? 2.5 hours later, he goes, "I'll pay for your parking." That's all he said in the tweet. Didn't add him or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's all he said. And,
Oh, it was so
and people
good.
just lost their minds.
Oh,
And I
where is this from? Like I did not
they
know.
hate each other.
they absolutely hate each other. It was
Absolutely
from the
hate each other.
playoffs when Nashville played Anaheim.
2 years ago.
And Kessler was
it the
being
two-
a fucking dickhead
It was
and
the-
was
yeah.
slashing and elbowed him in the head
Yeah.
and was just doing like everything to this guy.
It was when Predators went to the final and Edmonton lost to Anaheim to go to like
Gotcha.
Yeah,
conference
and then
final.
Edmonton Ryan Johansson
Oh,
said on TV, he was like, I don't know how his family and his
Even likes
kids can even watch him play the game because he's such a disgrace or whatever. And
Right,
everyone
I
was
do
like,
remember this.
That's
Yeah.
like
That's a low blow.
that's not even a low blow. I think it's true.
Oh,
I
wait.
fucking hate Kessler. I think he's a piece of shit, and I hope that he gets his ass kicked by Johansson. It's not gonna happen, but like,
I'm seeing all these tweets back too, just like talking about like you're not even gonna have playing time this year, Kessler. You're shit and all this stuff like that. It's like he's like you won't be going up against Ryan Johansson because you're gonna be going up against their fourth line and like
True.
all this stuff. And it's like
you know what the
man,
best part is? This is fucking true.
Yeah.
And oh god, I'm so happy he sucks now. It's so fun to watch.
What do you have? 14 points last season?
Yeah, but he was hurt for like he has hip problems.
Yeah, like
But like he still sucked. Don't kid yourself.
Career altering hip problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that tweet to me this weekend, and I was like, what? Like, I didn't remember that they had
out of
beef. Now that you guys
left
are like jogging my memory, I do remember that happening.
Yeah.
But that just seems like so out of left field. Like, why chirp him a year and a half after anything's happened?
Yeah, like
and
obviously like stuff probably happened like during the whole regular season and all that. And
To be fair though, there was a brief point where I did like him for a bit. I liked him when
I
he was
liked him on
with Vancouver.
I liked him on Vancouver. And especially the
When
fact
he
that
was the
with
second line,
Moose.
when he was the second line center on that cup run when they were playing the Bruins,
yeah,
he
Who
was the
their
most
first-
dominant.
Oh, it was the
Sedin.
Sedin. Yeah.
He was the most dominant like player. He won one of the series by himself though. I think he was
Yeah.
against San Jose in the third round.
Yo, him on the Moose was sick.
he didn't play much with the
He didn't
Moose.
play too much with the Moose, but he was
Played a season.
yeah.
Full season.
Yeah, played 2 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's not like
Yeah, no, I just hate him because he's on Anaheim, being an Edmonton fan. But he last season had 44 games, 14 points.
I think the second he went to Anaheim, the coaches that he's had have been like, okay, you're officially going to be one of the most hated guys in the league. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Well, he actually, man, he put up points though in the past few seasons. Like for
He's
being,
a
like,
good player,
yeah, what do you have
dude.
last? What do you have last year though?
14, but before he had
How many games?
47, 53,
44,
and
I
58.
think.
Yeah, 44.
Yeah, so that's
Minus
sub
4.
30 points. He's getting
Yeah.
paid under $7 million, just under $7 million. He's getting 6.875
Oh.
for another like 5 years.
Yeah, that's oh.
If that is his career now, it's not a good contract.
No.
But
Do you think he's gonna have a bounce back season?
No, I think he's done.
I think he's done.
And that's awesome because I hate Anaheim and I hate Kessler and I hate Perry. I don't care how they do. I will hope that they become the shittiest team in the West for years and
I
years
was
to
gonna
come.
say, what do they have coming up?
Dude, they
have,
have a
like-
young D.
They
They have a
have
young
defense,
top four.
but not-
I was
They have
gonna
a
say,
young
they
top
the
four
young
and they have a
D.
young goalie who just got signed for $6.4 million for
Yeah.
8 years.
That's a
That's a great
that's
deal.
A decent contract, man.
Especially, dude, if you watched them play last year, he was by far their best player.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was amazing for them last year.
Even when they played us one game, it was the last game they played here. It was like,
Yeah.
holy shit! Like this guy is
Jets
fucking
didn't Jets
nuts.
have like 40 something
It was shots were
and
40 to
the
20.
17 or
Scoring
something?
chances were 15 to
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
And
But it was-
a 2-1
remember
win
that
for the
game.
Jets or something because
Connor with the game winner.
yeah.
Finholm. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I had back-to-back game winners in overtime because it was him. It was against Anaheim and then LA.
Yeah,
You're right about that.
you are totally.
Oh yeah. Fucking loser over
My
here.
dad called both of those too, because I was watching it with him. He go because it was like, you know how you do like the who's gonna get the overtime winner.
Oh yeah.
He called Connor the first night. And he's like, then it's like the next game. He's like, you know what? I'll call Connor again. He
Back
gets it
to
again. I was
back
like,
is a ballsy call.
"Man, not bad.
When the hell does that happen? Anyways,
Where's some other hockey news that happened? You got the
Skinner trade. That's probably the biggest league wide.
when you put GM mode to easy difficulty trading.
I can't believe EA
Or-
tweeted that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
no,
something
it
along
was
those
when
lines,
you
but
put GMO to
I got
easy.
botched it, but
Oh, that is
'Cause
that's
it was-
savage.
To recap the trade, it was Skinner for a second.
it was for Cliff Poo,
Yeah.
a second-round pick, a third, and a sixth.
That's what I think of this trade.
Dude, for the record, he's like not a bad prospect. Like people have been like shitting on him,
Wasn't he
saying
a
like
second round pick?
he was like a third. No, I think he was a third-round pick, but like he was supposed to go like in his draft class, he was supposed to go like second round. He's like a hardworking like
Yeah.
forward who might like crack the team at some point.
The thing,
Not this year, but like eventually, yeah, maybe.
The thing that got me the most was what you said. Like when you saw the trade and you texted us saying, "What do you think Pacioretty's gonna get?"
Yeah,
Or
dude,
what do you
I'm
think you get for
petrified.
Pacioretty?
We are going to get absolutely shafted. We're not going to get anything.
Is Skinner worth more than Pacioretty?
I think
They're definitely
Pacioretty's a little-
comparables.
I was gonna say they're
It's
probably
even.
comparable, but
I
I
think if you did a swap 1-for-1, it's pretty close. I think Skinner's younger, so you have that.
But I think
Pacioretty has been
Pacioretty's
more
better.
consistent over the last 5 years. Pacioretty doesn't get hurt as much.
Yeah.
I was
It's
gonna say, I'd
pretty
give a nudge to
pretty close
Pacioretty.
value though. It's
Yeah.
pretty close value.
They
so
they bring different things to the table, but like yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is like Buffalo had 3 firsts this year. You're telling me you couldn't get one
One of
goddamn
those.
first?
Yeah.
Who the hell? Like, what?
Buffalo is. I think they're doing really well right now.
They are scary.
The only reason why I'm not too scared is because they're not going to compete against Toronto, Tampa, or Boston.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
But you never
They
know.
shouldn't, and they're gonna. I think even before the trade, they were already gonna clobber Detroit, Montreal, and Ottawa.
How many more years do you think Boston's gonna be good for?
I don't think they're gonna be.
Dude, two years ago,
honestly,
Tampa.
Honestly, I think it really depends what McAvoy does.
What he turns out to be?
Yeah, because I think there's a legit chance he could be the next
Good. Like,
big time
Norris
player.
candidate.
Yeah, I think he's that good.
Really?
I hate Boston, but he's like watching him play hockey is awesome.
Yeah.
And I just hate him so much because he stands for everything I hate. He goes to like Boston.
BU.
It was
Goes to
freaking
BU,
yeah.
goes to
He played Boston. Played college hockey Boston. I don't know if it was Boston. I think it was Boston U, not Boston College. But anyways,
Yeah, BU.
yeah, played there. U.S. World Junior
Development.
team that kicked Canada's ass. Like
Yeah.
fucking. Oh man, it was literally a war between him and Shabbat. They were by far the two best guys, but it was that, and then he plays for Boston too. It's like, oh god, just leave me
everything.
alone. Get
Yeah.
out of my life.
But loves them so
But
much.
he's so good. He's
Yeah.
so fun to watch
Dude,
too.
the point I was gonna make is 2 years ago, Tampa didn't make the playoffs. Like anything can fucking happen.
Yeah.
Tampa looked like the most locked team to make the playoffs 2 years ago. Like one of them, and
Wasn't that the year Stamkos got injured?
yeah, he was hurt.
Oh, this like puts Buffalo should contend. And the other thing is like the fact that they gave up O'Reilly for so much coming back and gave up next to nothing to get Skinner.
Yeah.
Like who cares? Like that's a win right there. You got for O'Reilly, you got a first round pick and potentially 3 guys jumping into the roster next year.
That's insane.
Sabatka, Berglund, and Tage Thompson.
Yep.
I think are all probably gonna make the team.
They're definitely gonna compete for the team.
Thompson's the only one. You at
I was
least
gonna
got
say,
2.
Thompson might be the only one, but
Sabaka's a pretty nothing player though. Like he's a fourth liner. Berglund, I think, is actually
Sabatka? No, Sabatka's not
so I
bad.
was gonna say Sabatka. I feel like it would make the team.
Oh yeah,
like- Was he third liner in St. Louis?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and then Berglund is I think Berglund's a really good like third line center for faceoffs, even fourth. Because isn't he really good at faceoffs?
he's a big, strong guy. He's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
But
no,
like having Berglund, Middlestat, and Eichel as
Yeah.
your 1, 2, 3, like that's not.
I'm really excited to see Buffalo in the next few years. Like, and
Oh yeah, and they have that new guy on defense, that Rasmus. What's his name? I think is it Dal.
Daline or something
God.
like that.
Okay, it'll come to me later. But apparently he's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, he's supposed to be alright.
Oh no, it's Rasmus Ristolainen. That's the guy I'm thinking of.
Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
The pair of Rasmus and
they
Rasmus
just,
will be
and they
sweet
signed
though.
what's his name too, the goalie. Who they signed for net?
Hutton,
Hutton. That's who it was.
Another
And-
blue.
Jinx.
Another blue. Yeah. And they signed him. They didn't.
Yeah,
that wasn't
they
a
signed
trade.
him. Yep.
Yeah.
Also, Sabatka had 31 points in 81 games last year. That's
Okay.
third line.
Maybe fourth, but yeah, no. I think Buffalo is gonna have a really good team the next few years, and if like how
As long as-
Middlestat
as long
and
as
all
they
that is
score.
They need to use like Eichel and Dolan to attract more free agents. Like I could see them getting a big time player in next year's class of free agents because
Yeah.
it's gonna be stupid.
literally just have to. I have Dahlin, I have Eichel, I have Middlestat. Come to our city.
Ristolainen, and they're cheap.
Yeah,
You're forgetting the biggest piece though.
Buffalo.
They have Carter Hutton. Like Hutton
Yeah.
Hutton played great last year, but
They do need a goalie.
like I don't think Carter Hutton is going to
Starter.
backstop you to a cup.
Yeah, probably not. But you know what? You can sell that to whoever's gonna be the next.
Yeah, that could be
The,
the, free
the next
agent.
free agent
That could
goalie.
be the free agent.
When's the last time a goalie changed teams in free agency and it made a huge difference?
You never know. Might happen.
It might. Maybe Philip Grubauer this year.
Fleury. Oh, I guess that was expansion.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
Yeah.
even trading for one.
Yeah, because you do have those first rounders.
Yeah,
That's
like
to me. That's what more likely happens is they trade for Samsonov or for Philly. Philly's got two good prospects. They got Hart,
They got
and they
Hart,
also
and
have
they are not giving up
Stolraz.
Hart.
yeah. He was a second round pick.
Have you guys seen Hart's stats from this year?
dude,
It
he's
wasn't like record-breaking numbers in the O.
like I've never.
Dub,
Or
but yeah.
Dub, sorry.
There's like a legit chance that he's like he plays on the Flyers not next year, but the year after that. I think he'll probably be the guy. They both goalies are up at that year too, and it's like they're gonna have the cap space. Like, why not give it to a fucking 20-year-old just to run the show? That'd be sweet.
I actually
And the fact that he has back-to-back like record-breaking numbers in the Dub, like I don't know why you wouldn't like at least consider him for.
Yeah, he had a 1.6 goals against and a
1.60 or 1.06?
1.60.
Okay.
And a 0.947 save percentage.
At the end of the season, that's what he finished with?
Yeah.
What's
In
his record if he finished with that?
41 games, he was 31 wins, 6 losses, 3 ties, or like overtime losses.
That's
Shutouts?
fucked.
Shutouts.
8?
6.
I don't think he has shutouts on it. Oh, 7.
Right. No.
Fuck.
Price is
Price
right.
right. Jinx.
Yeah.
You
that's
just
it.
lost.
I know, but I'm still gonna get you on the Jinx.
Hey, but he has 4 PIMs this season. Oof.
Oh, whatever.
Sounds like a goon.
4 PIMs, 1 assist. You got an apple.
Playmaker.
Anyways, we were talking earlier. It was the Gibson. We got the Skinner trade. We got Stone signing for 1 year. Now you got Carlson, Duchesne, and Stone. All UFAs. All can walk. What the hell happened? This might be like the most exciting season for coming up to trade deadline, though. I'll tell you that for free because Ottawa's gonna suck.
Ottawa is the worst organization I have seen in a long time.
It's so bad.
Everything
people-
that's happening with the Hoffman thing, and then they had the baby stuff happening, and then how everybody's going to be free agents, how bad their team is, everything.
No, dude, you have to look further back than that. They can't fucking keep a superstar to that team.
No.
They've had to deal. Spezza didn't like it there. They dealt him. You had Heatley before that. He left. The only one that was like there that liked being there was Alfredson, and he even he left. He went to Detroit.
Because he wanted a cup, but...
Yeah, but he went to a shit team to win a cup. But anyways,
But yeah, no, that whole franchise and team is just a dumpster fire. And then the whole thing with their... Was it their assistant GM who got the, like, harassment charge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what can go right for this team?
Something has to.
Like, has to.
Because
It's
the only bright side is I think Kachuk isn't gonna play for them next year. I think he said he's gonna play
college.
He's gonna play college
Yeah,
hockey, and
college,
it's like
yeah.
good. Stay away from this fucking.
As long as you can.
Yeah. Like fuck.
Yeah. Anything I was gonna say is there.
The thing I'm more excited about is just the idea. Well, we were talking about this. What if Duchesne, Stone, and Carlson are just like at the bar having a couple drinks and are like, why don't we do what fucking Golden State did and just make a super team?
The thing I was saying was like let's put numbers on each of these guys. You said that New Jersey was the one that had the most cap
New
space.
Jersey was the okay.
It was
Well,
like
we were
20
looking
or
at him. We
something
said
like that.
Carlson. He'll probably command. We're gonna
11.
We're gonna
11.
throw out just like random numbers out there.
Same as
We'll say
Doug.
11.
11.
We'll say Stone's about 7.5.
What he got?
Yeah,
And then
that's fair. Maybe
and
8.
then Duchesne's what? 6.
7.
6.
6, 7.
and a half.
Center
We'll say 6 and a
for
half.
open market.
7.
There's no team with that salary cap or with the open salary cap for that. So they would have to dump. And there was the one team that you were saying.
New Jersey was the only one that could realistically
Yeah.
do it because they have 20 million in cap space now, and in the ideal scenario, okay, well that was like if you wanted to fit it, and you could probably
All
make like a
three.
couple deals. You could deal one of Vatanen or Severson, who are both making over 4. You could let go of or Marcus Johansson because he's making just under 5.
That's not bad. He had a good
That's not
season
like he's
last-
not
I
a
was
bad
gonna say
player.
he had a good season
He's not bad.
last year.
And like you could make like a couple other things. You might dump like Zajac or something like that.
Yeah.
But then, like the other thing I'm thinking is like, what if they all just want to win a cup and they say Tampa, like, can you clear up
8 million.
8 million and get the 3 of us,
Yeah. 3, 3, and 2.
I don't think that.
and just give us the most amount you can give us in bonuses, give us a minimum salary, and let's do it.
Everyone-
give us like a Boogie contract, Boogie Cousins.
Yeah. Everyone gets 1 year with a like $8 million signing bonus right when it happens, but the cap is only 2 mil or something.
Yeah.
Also, that's one of the things.
That's the biggest
I want to know how the fuck like capology. Talk about skills. I want to learn that shit. I want to learn how fucking cap shit works and like
Be like a great GM.
yeah.
Well, I remember one of the worst ones was Iginla signed like a 1-year deal with Boston, I think, and it was 6.5 was his salary, but his cap hit was 1.8. He had 4.7 in like bonuses, and they just made it so all of his bonuses were like just ridiculously easy to hit.
Yeah, play 20 games.
Yeah.
Play
10
25 games.
Hit
Play
10
30
goals.
games.
Yeah, like
Hit 5 goals. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, and so I want to know what the what's the legal how do you legally do that? Like how do you why can't McDavid just sign for like 6
$10
mil?
million and be
Fine for 6 mil, but have a $10 million clause kick in if he scores 70 points.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah.
who would be the best team to like? Who's the closest to a super team? Is that Tampa?
Oh,
Yeah, because no team has more superstars than them.
like names you know. Like Hedman, Stamkos, Kucherov, Point.
Like-
Sergachev coming up, McDonough, Vasilevsky in net.
I don't want to like toot our own horn. We're probably number 2.
Winnipeg?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to say Pittsburgh or Washington.
Okay,
We have.
if you're counting, it depends on like where your threshold is. If you want like absolute best of the best, then I think Pittsburgh is your answer because they do have probably the second and third best player in the world, and then Kessel's like got to
top
be
10
up there.
winner, maybe?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got to
top
be
10
up there.
winner,
He was so high. Was he top 10 in points last year? Like he was
Yep.
up there.
You have
I
the
love
best
Matt Murray.
goalies.
I'm a
I
huge
was
fan
gonna
of
say.
Matt Murray. I think he's a top 10 goalie in the league.
and if you have
Yeah.
Carlson on defense, it's game over.
Oh yeah, and I'm not. Yeah, it was like if you add Carlson, and then you probably have 3 of the top
Gensel,
5
yeah.
players in the world on the same team.
Yeah.
Like that's
And
fucked.
Letang's still not bad.
Think about that. If Pittsburgh gets Erik Karlsson, you could argue they have 3 of the top 5 best players in the world.
Stone would probably be the best person to play with Crosby, in my opinion, too. That would be a.
Yo, that's a defensive. They wouldn't get scored on. How good
How,
Crosby is.
how would any team ever have the puck?
Or have the puck.
Yeah, but you
in
know what? You
general,
can
yeah.
do that with like any team, but like I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That would be one of them.
When
I
it-
wouldn't have Washington though. Even though they just won the cup, I still wouldn't put them in like.
Kuznetsov, Ovechkin, Carlson. The thing is, I really like
They would be.
Carlson.
Oh,
I
dude,
like John
don't kiss. Like
Carlson.
they would be nasty, but like I'm saying, like
yeah.
right now, who do you think is like the closest thing to a super team? And you said it would be
I-
Pittsburgh or Tampa.
I think it's Pittsburgh or Tampa, but I would go Pittsburgh just because I think their the top end talent they have is better than what Tampa has.
Yeah.
Tampa might have more of it because
That makes
I think Hedman is the best defenseman after Carlson or Carlson and Doughty in the league, and like
Sergachev, McDonough. That's dude. Their defense is way better than Pittsburgh's.
yeah, but I'm talking
Even-
top end talent
Stamkos, Kucherov,
aren't as good as Crosby
and Malkin, and Kessel.
Yeah. And even Braden Point, like I'd argue Braden Point's a great fucking player. We all
Yeah.
love him in this room,
Yeah.
but like he's not Kessel yet.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
Are missing anyone else on Tampa?
I was gonna say.
Palat, Johnson, no.
They have more good players, but no more superstars that we haven't
Yeah.
talked about.
Okay.
Who do
They
you
have
like?
the
Who do you like
young
more?
goalie, too.
Do you like Vasilevsky or Murray? Who do you like more?
Or Hellbuck.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't knock them out either. Because, dude, Wheeler, Scheifele, Line, I think are all stars.
Bufflin.
Bufflin, I would count that, and Hellbuck. All 3 teams that we named, by the way, all have elite young goalies.
Yeah, I know that was the
And that
weird
was the